Alright, let's try this again. I don't quite know what happened there. I just noticed that people dropped off in chat. Yeah. So that was very strange. OBS was like, no, you're still doing stuff. That's awesome. But it seems like I was offline, even though Open Broadcaster was like, hey, you're not offline, you're awesome. So, like I said, don't know what happened there. So let me sort of do a recap, because I don't know how long ago that was. A fair amount ago, from the looks of it. Yeah, we got a couple of allies. We got this guy and this guy. Then we got into a defensive war with Zoroastrians and their allies. As you can see, we're slaughtering them. Kalima decided not to say yes. Mixtech was like, sure. Mixtech then went and basically slaughtered everyone for me while I was finishing up with Ziyu. So that worked quite well. And basically that's where we're at. We're around the corner from getting our colony, which is excellent. But yeah, outside of that, not much is going on. And Zapotek's like, please, please just stop. So, yeah. Hi there, Joshua Pez. How you doing? Alright, so I want Peten. Actually, you know, I don't really care about Peten or Chiapas. They aren't coastal regions, so they're sort of not a requirement. I care more about Shakujal, to be completely honest. Yeah. And I can't demand that, unfortunately. What I could do is I could get Iximichi, and then from that I can start fabricating a claim all along this part of the world, which sounds good to me. Sounds very good to me. Alright, well let's have a bit of a look though. We want to make sure we end up with good provinces out of this, so I don't particularly care if I tick my alliance partner off. Yeah, that's good for me. Plus, I believe I'm after some ducats. And war reps. And cancel both of them. Let them be free. Will you like me or hate me for that? Oh, come on, I released you. That should give you some positive frickin' modifier there. You wanted to be free. You wanted to be free and I let you be free. At that point, you should be like, thank you, oh wise and kind person. Not, hey, I hate your guts. I mean, to be fair, I took some land from you. That's fine as well. Like, it's fine to be annoyed at me for that. But for the rest of it, not so much. Alright. Let's fabricate some claims. We definitely want this sexy piece of land. Actually, what we really want is we want Mixtech. Yeah. Fabricating a claim on our alliance, always a good idea. And because we're the only ally of him, it's going to work out quite well. Oh god, Peasants' War again? Yeah. I guess we knew that was going to happen. Look, I'm happy with 7 point something K. And excellent, it doesn't matter too much. Alrighty, let's lower the army maintenance, which means it won't get reinforced, which means our manpower will recover. That's how it works. So, how's our religious unity going? Hopefully it's doing alright. 56%. Usually around the 50 mark is pretty decent. We're starting to get places which are hard to convert for some bizarre unknown reason. So, oh god, clergy. Jesus. Alright, well, which one of these is harder to convert? Shakajal or Iximinte? You are the hardest to convert. So you get the honor, nay the privilege, nay the pleasure of being run by my clergy. And at that point you go from being the hardest to convert to the easiest. Well, that works. Speaking of estates, this is a two-way relationship. The clergy's influence level is getting quite high. We can make them give us some admin support. Or we can do that. No, we can't do that yet. And doing that now would be terrible because it would bring their influence way up. Way, way up. But when we do need a theologian, we can get it that way. So, we can get some fat ducats. Yeah, let's get some fat ducats. And let's get some military power as well. Money. Money, money, money. Ah, yes. You would have high unrest, wouldn't you? Now, what else had unrest there? Belize has 5%, but that's because I have a missionary doing missionary things. Oh, Aztec, you are going to be such a pain in the bum. You'd make a fantastic ally against everyone else, though. And eventually you'll swallow these guys and spit them out. And at that point, things can go really well. Fantastic. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And another travelling minstrel. Positive stability events for the win. Next month we'll get 3 comets sighted, but until now, we're fine. Alright, so we've got that going. We need to start working over here, though. We have claims everywhere we want claims right now. We can go and deal with the Choctaw at some point. We can. We've still got all this to deal with, but that's okay. Let's start moving over here. So these lands are quite valuable. The easiest way to see, of course, just how valuable is to show the development mode. All red, but then these wonderful little gems of orange. So, let's grab Puerto Rico and then start down this little island chain. Pretty sure they're all exactly the same, except for that one. Yeah, none of them is really any better than any of the others. None of them are trade places, really, so that doesn't matter. Yeah. We could grab Bajonas, but there's no point in doing that just yet. We'll get it eventually, but for now... Ooh, we may need to get it now. Or we could get Jamaica, which would be a far better choice. And then use Jamaica as a springboard. The Palatinate is now the HRE member. HRE runner. It's pretty cool. Trade efficiency, trade range, increased naval maintenance. Yeah, that's fine with me, I think. Or we can wait. Yes, let's wait. We'll get admin soon, and once we have admin, then we can go and get some fantastic ideas of fantasticness. Alright, we have some free diplomats. Oh, they no longer love us. You guys loved us just like a couple of months ago. Maybe if we improve your relations. Sure. As you can see, we're making buckets of ducats right now, which is good. We're about to start losing a lot of those ducats when we run our second colonist, but that's okay. It's eventually going to be good for us, and that's what matters. Fantastic. So that manpower, which is sexy, sexy manpower, will be really good. Oh, need military tech 6 to build that, which just happens to be the next military tech building that we do. That's good. It's very good. Alright, the heretics of Belize are done. Okay. Now, culturally, yeah, we don't really accept you guys. We accept the Yucatec just fine. But you guys are a little bit more, well, a bit more heathenish to us. We'll fix that over time, but for now, it's not really an option. Alright. We'll grab Mani. Actually, Mani would be bad. Grab Campeche, because we've been in there for a while, so the unrest actually won't be too high. Yeah, 1.3. If we had done it in Mani, we would have had a little bit more. Right, our overextension's about to disappear. Our manpower is slowly, inexorably recovering, which is good. We'll get ourselves up here into... Oh, thanks Joshua Pez, I'm glad you like it. Into our canal. And unfortunately, we're still paying for our fleet. Let's rectify that. Unfortunately, the game likes to be really annoying about resetting the fleet. Resetting the fleet maintenance every time you go to war. So... Okay, they love us again, so they'll be ready to give us an alliance. Alright, so with that alliance, we'll be fantastic. We no longer need Mixtec as a partner. So, in 10 days, what we'll do is we will start fabricating on Zapotec, and then we'll take them over. Well, we really want our stability to be quite high. So... look at these guys who used to be threats. Not to me, of course, but 16,000 troops. 16,000 primitive troops, but still 16,000 troops. Now, we don't actually need to worry too much about Mixtec, although Mixtec has quite a good general. Amazing general, one would say. The truth is that they're basically by themselves. And if I remove the alliance with them and then invade them, things should be okay. This guy has basically everyone else as a vassal, so that's fine. We'll eventually finish fabricating on these, and that should be good. What does Zoroastria give you? Well, Zoroastria doesn't really give us a whole heck of a lot, actually. Basically, as a religion, it's a fairly straightforward religion. It gives us a little bit of trade efficiency and tolerance of the true faith. It does give us a few interesting national decisions, which just give us extra missionary strength, some yearly prestige, and some stability cost, advisor costs, and more tolerance of the true faith. Basically, not a whole heck of a lot. It does, however, make us eligible for an achievement, which is this Rekindling the Flames achievement, which I'm already 2/3 of the way there, which is really easy because all you need to be is Zoroastrian. So yeah, it doesn't give us a whole heck of a lot, but we're going for this achievement along with the first come first serve achievement. So when we get to that, it'll be worth it. Okay, let's drop down into Ziklanko. Now, I believe that I won't have to engage these troops. And I believe it with such... I believe it so strongly that I'm going to bring my troops up to snuff. Yes. Yes. Okay, so straight away we get exploration ideas. There's no point in not. We get our extra colonist, and we'll put him to work in a few minutes. Do we have the funds to put him to work now? That's the question. I guess we do. We're building there, but you don't get the extra colonial range until you finish building there, so we can't deal with that. Now what we can do is... ooh, so close. Alright, we can't grab that one either. Alright, so let's just have a quick look. We could go to Chitimancha, which will give us quite a nice amount of trade. Eventually we'll dominate this entire area, and that will give us a huge amount of ducats. I mean, it already is. Look at our treasury, it's already growing fat. But having 2 colonies going at once will basically evaporate that, as you can see. Oh, we've been spotted. Well, let's dissolve the alliance, which I believe gives us a truce now. It never used to, but yeah, 6 years of truce. It's not a big deal. Speaking of my truces, are any of them going to expire soon? No, just him. That's actually a bit of a pity because I would really like to do something about that. But I can't. I can't fabricate on Kalima either. Alright, well, in that case, away we go. Go where, Bane? Well, I believe we have 16,000 men to kick down. Now, we will, of course, have to wait until our manpower recovers enough to remove this disaster, but we're almost there. Cool. some people got some bronze cannons. Whoop-de-doo. Our prestige is almost up there. Won't be too long now until we can finish that recover prestige mission. Our provincial unrest is just fine, with Campeche being the only place, and that's because of the fantastic missionary doing his fantastic work. The looming disaster. Yep, there's no way that will trigger unless I go to war right now. If I go to war right now, then it will trigger, but we're basically going to make sure that that doesn't happen. We're still gaining ducats, which means we can, since we've got to just wait a little while till this disaster goes over, we're going to drop the maintenance on the army, and we're going to increase the maintenance on the colonies. That'll make the colonies grow just a little bit faster. Not a huge heck of a lot faster, but enough to potentially speed things up. Great. Let's keep these missionaries going. Ooh, spread of disease. Okay. I'm not quite sure how disease spreads from Chitimancha to Jamaica, but we'll go with it. Yeah. Well, 40 ducats for increased settler chance. 8 natives for 2 years. Still, that'll work for us. Oh, these guys are battling at each other because that's basically all they could do was beat each other senseless, so... In theory, Kitche should win because Kitche will be occupying that first. It's a bit weird, but we'll see how it goes. Sorry, Itza should win, even though Kitche has more troops. Alright, this disaster's almost over. It will not take long now. Just double check that we have all of the claims that we can fabricate over here. We do. Oh, you just swallowed him whole. Nice. I suppose I should, at the very least, fabricate on Zoconocho. Remember, we don't care if they have some interior places. We can deal with them later. It's not a requirement to take them now. And in fact, I mean, every province that we take decreases our religious unity. And until we have an extra missionary, which we're not going to have for a while, it's not really going to work. Base tax in Jamaica or prestige? You know, normally I am very happy to take base tax, but in this instance I'm going to have to go for prestige. We're really trying to get to 50 prestige, so that's our goal. Alright, 50 population in Jamaica, or 200 settlers will arrive in Adai. Adai is a terrible land of terribleness, so it's Jamaica. Jamaica is now producing sugar, which is good. We'll be able to find out what Chitimacha is producing in just a couple of months. Our event has disappeared, which is good. It means we can now build a couple of troops. Accommodation of natives. That's fine. I wish that that event would not fire when you're set to coexistence, because it doesn't actually impact you in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, it just doesn't. It's never going to be an issue, so... Alright, let's raise our army maintenance now, and we will drop our colonial maintenance to about there. Remember that... Ooh, that was nearly bad. I nearly clicked something without having read it. I don't care about Kitche, so we will get the free Diplo points. Conquistadors aren't a big deal for us, but getting one step closer to that colonial range, plus increasing our national tax modifier, is a good idea. Alright, Chitty March produces cotton. Not that great, but not terrible. I can invest in a new technology. I wonder what it'll be. Admin tech. January 1485. We could wait. We should wait. There's no harm in waiting an extra 6 months. Not for this. It'll take about 6 months for that claim to finish, so we'll fabricate another claim over here while we wait. So that claim's taking forever. I wonder why. I think once your agent has been discovered, it slows down. Oh, the war for independence against people. Sure. We'll accept. I might actually jump into that. Because I do have a claim. A really limited claim, but we won't actually need to do anything, really. So, in fact, we're going to be really, really lame and send a single troop. Oh, okay, no, never mind. I didn't realize who we were at war against. Who are we at war against? Oh, just these two. Okay. Wait, we're at war against Kalima? Oh no, we're at war against this guy who is not Kalima. Right. Eh. Aztec don't need our help. We will accept, but we will be as the English were, and not actually do anything. If you are discovered, forging the claim takes 4 times as long. Really? So in a lot of instances, it would actually be better to cancel it and restart it. Alright, I'll have to remember that in future. Thanks, Dracoran. Sorry about the stream dying earlier. Chatty said that my stream was offline, but OBS was like, I'm still streaming, I'm all good. So I figured that I was fine. I was not fine. Alright, 12,000 men and military technology to boot. I can now build barracks as well, which I'm going to build. Because a barracks here with manpower of 5 is pretty good. Solid choice for 100 ducats. Okay. 12,000 men versus, well, 17,000. They have better shock than we do. But the land here won't really help them in any way, shape or form. It's farmlands. And most importantly, they're primitives with a military tech level of 2. Miltech 4 is when they start getting interesting stuff. But that's a while away. Alrighty, let's declare war on them. And crush them. Like so. Did I see an alliance? They might have had an alliance there. Anyway, the levy. Something happens, people want some levies changed. I really don't like any of it. I can make the nobility lose some influence, but they only lose it temporarily, which I find really weird. You know, if you do too many of these events where you make them lose influence, they just get it back later on, and then you've still got a problem. So... Still, who is the most influential right now? Yep, okay. Yep, the clergy is looking bad as always, so that's okay. Like I said, we may actually 100% the clergy, because when you do, You stop getting events, for one thing.